energy on this call. I want you guys to make sure that you guys are taking notes. It's very valuable information. This information changed my life. So I'm gonna get started shortly, excuse me. Give me like 2 minutes. Send out your last minute invites to your team. You never want to show up to a training by yourself. If you're a new agent, you just getting started in the business, welcome, congratulations on getting started on your financial journey. We're about to break some things down for you guys. So thank you guys for jumping on. Send out your last minute text reminders to your group, and I'll be right back in 1 minute. We're gonna get started. Big things. Get it back, yeah. Let's go. Welcome to the call. Hope y'all doing well. You can turn that down for me. Thank y'all for jumping on this call. Appreciate you guys jumping on the call and rocking with me. Just a little bit about myself, so you guys are not, so we're not complete strangers. My name is Jermaine Simon. I'm what you call a vice president with the platform, meaning, our business is doing well over 100,000 every 30 days, anywhere between 100,000 to 250,000. That's each and every 30 days. Before getting started with the platform, I was working at the Palms Casino as a host. But even before that, I've sold over 350,000 units independently as a music artist. I bought my mom her first home when at the young age of 26. So I know a little bit about how to deal with people and how to just really expand your business. You want to take notes if you're in a position to take notes. You also want to understand, understand patterns. Remember this, the power is in your routine. Whatever it's your pattern that you're doing on a daily basis, that is going to define how you are going to be successful. So if you have consistency, you want to keep doing the same. If it's working for you, keep doing the same thing over and over again. You can make minor adjustments. But what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about how to get trial runs. Put a 1 in the chat if you'd like to get some more trial runs going. If you're not familiar with trial runs, that's just basically someone posting some information for you and you being able to share that information with others. So put a 1 in the chat if you guys want some more trial runs. I need some energy in this group. I need to know who I'm talking with. Hopefully you guys are on this call. Okay, Andrea, okay, great. She wants to, okay. Tabitha wants to know. Okay. I see you, Tabitha. Okay, Tamara, Jessica, thank you guys. I need that energy. Great. You guys want to know how to get more trial runs. So the first thing you want to do when you're getting started in your business is you want to set up your shortcuts. It's so important to set up your shortcuts because a lot of the things that you're going to be saying the same things over and over again. What are shortcuts, you ask, right? So if you have an iPhone, you want to click on your settings, go to keyboard, click text replacement, and then you can actually use phrase and combine it with letters and numbers. These phrases and letters and numbers, you should have each of your scripts that was provided to you by your upline. You should have them paraphrased in paragraphs so you can send them out fast to your prospective prospects. This is a great way for you to save yourself time. As you can see to the right with the text replacement, I start off with ACS. That's normally when I'm trying to find out how they're doing, what items are affecting their credit, and then I go to ACS2. So you want to keep your scripts numbered and in letter format, creating shortcuts for anything. Like I have shortcuts for, will that work for you? How soon were you looking to get started? Are you ready to get your buying power back? These are great shortcuts for you to use. You could even use shortcuts to have opening phrases to maybe reach out to people within your group. You can use certain things like, hey, how are you doing today? Great. How you doing today? Hope all is well. Hope everything is good with you. Would you be interested in getting paid to make a post on your page for me? That's a great opening line. Another line you could use is, hey, look, I just partnered with a great successful company. We're doing a lot of big things. We're help educate the community on the matters of personal finance. It would mean the world to me if you would be able to make a post for me on your page. Great way to enter and let people know. Remember this, people will do things more for the cause versus their own gain. So remember that, cause versus personal gain. So when you're thinking about what to open up with, always open up with what is your cause? What is your mission? That's what you want to open up with. That's a great way for you to engage with people and actually let them know what you're doing. So we have trial run intro scripts. Now, your focus should be on making friends. You want to become a professional friend maker. You know, I had a story on this young lady that I met in Detroit, and her name is Erica Sanford, Regional Vice President, Miss Erica Sanford. And I was a sales director at the time, and we were sitting down, you know, we was at the bar, and her conversation was just so good. But I walked around with her just seeing how well she made friends. You can make friends by any simple way. A great way to make friends is start off with a compliment. Hey, you know what? Love those shoes. Hey, you know what? Love that hat, man. Where'd you get that hat, man? Or you might see someone in a nice car. Hey, that's a dope ride, man. What do you do? You know, make people feel good. Always lead with love. Become a professional friend maker. And then you want to be unique. You want to be genuine, but unique. Go to people's pages, right? You want to practice the 3-2-1 method. What is the 3-2-1 method? That's when you do 3 likes on their page, you comment twice, and then you send them a direct message letting them know what's your mission. By doing this, you're going to have those particular people identify you. You're going to come up on their feed. We all know who's watching us, right? But I'm going to give you guys an even better tip, right? Go in people's stories, their stories on their Facebook stories, right? And you know how you looking at people's stories? Comment in their stories. Like, oh, I love that. Give a compliment. You lead them with love. Then go to their page. 3 likes, 2 comments, and 1 direct message. Boom. You're going to guarantee you're going to get this person's attention. That's 6 exposures you just gave that one person. Tell them how passionate you are about educating your community on financial literacy. You see, guys, we wasn't taught financial literacy in school. And, you know, a lot of our parents, they were taught the old way, you know, and that's why we fall into a cycle of perpetualness of being in a poverty mindset. So you got to change your mindset. Remember these 3 things. You want to write it down. Mindset, skill set, and tool set. So each and every morning, you want to get your mindset in the right place. Your mind needs to be in the right direction. You need to put positivity into your life, whether that's, listening to TD Jakes, whether it's listening to Eric Thomas, whether it's listening to Bob Proctor. The list goes on. Get positivity into your life. That's going to change your mindset. And when your mindset changes, the skill set is easy, right? The skill set is just creating that routine and studying the great people that do the right skills, right? That have the right skills within your organization, following your leadership team, doing what skills they tell you to consistently practice. But you don't want to overwhelm yourself with everything at once. You know, you want to get good at one thing, right? You want to get good at prospecting, good at making good friends. Get good at making friends. Once you get good at making friends, next you want to do is you want to get good at presenting. How do you present the information, right? How do you deliver the information? And then after you get good at delivering the information, you want to get great at following up, right? The fortune is always in the follow-up. So become good at what we're going to do first, prospecting. Next thing we're going to do is presenting. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get good at following up. A great way to build dialogue with someone within that you're messaging is say, hey, look, my goal is to put 100 families in homes. Would it be okay if you post something on your page for me? That's a great way to get someone to, you told them your goal and your mission, and then you ask. A lot of times what happens is people don't let people know what their goal is before they ask, before they ask for something. So definitely do that. This is one post you can use. Hello, hope all is well. Love your page. Wondering if you'll be interested in getting paid to make a post for my credit repair business. Next one. Hey, I want to pop in and ask a quick question. If I send you a post, would you be so kind to share it on your page? Boom. Next thing you want to do is send the post. Be very detailed. A lot of times I see that people aren't detailed when they're asking for someone to do a trial run for them. So you want to ask them, hey, please make sure they tag you, right? Please make sure they tag you. Why do you want them to tag you? Here's a tip, you guys. When they tag you, you want to save that post in your pictures. So that way, okay, you know that this is more people that what you could do. 3 things. You could prospect these more people. You could present to these more people, and you could also follow up to more people. When you're tagged and you have it saved, you could always go back to that particular post. You want to make sure that the post is public. A lot of times they come on the, hold on, let me now. A lot of times what happens is people send out a trial run post and they just share it with their own friends. You want to make sure that that post is public. How you can tell that if it's public, it'll show up as a globe versus it showing up as a little friend figure. You want to make sure that it shows up as a globe. Also, be sure to make sure that you're tagged and your name shows up in blue. If you can see my name right here where it says my friend, Maine Simon, you want to make sure that name shows in blue. The best way for it to show in blue is by you adding them as a friend. That's so important. You don't want to have people doing trial runs and you're not friends already. You want to make sure that you're a friend with them and let them know to make sure that your post shows up in blue. That's very important. Show your post in blue, because what's going to end up happening is people are going to be able to revert back to your page. So they're going to be able to see your post and say, okay, your name came up, boom, your name popped up. They could just click on your name and they could go back to you, or they could end up winding up following you. I check my spam. Also, make sure you do this. Check your spam mail, check your message request, because a lot of times people message request you in your spam folder. You want to make sure that you're checking on that. So that way you have that, you guys. That's very, very important to check your messages. Next thing you want to do is be detailed, right? Make a post, make sure it shows up in blue. Let them know, hey, look, I'm willing to pay you per enrollment, right? If you get more enrollments, you actually will be able to level up. You'll have more compensation. So let them know, hey, once you're done posting, thank you so much. Send me your Cash App. You'll get 20 per enrollment. Awesome, right? Then after you send them that and they post it, the next thing you want to do is you want to thank them. But after you thank them, you want them to make sure your name shows up in blue. So important. Awesome. Let me know when you do it. If you can, make sure my name shows up in blue. Great. That would be thank you. that will be thankful. Thank you again. Also, let them know you'll be willing to pay. You want to also make sure that you identify what your goal is. Like I said, my goal is to get, if they're like, look, I don't know if I want to make the post, this, that, let them know what your goals are. Hey, my goal is to help 100 families get into homes and also help educate the children on the finances. So basically, you'll be making a post for my page, and I'm willing to pay you per enrollment. Would that be okay if I send you the post? Would you post it for me? Easy, simple way. If I would you want to leverage using if I would you. That's a very effective way for you to have success in the platform. So let me go back here. You want to ask for shout outs. So many people do well with shout outs. Some of our top leaders, Mr. Ashton Henry, Alfred Nixon, they grew their business very huge and a big business on Instagram. If you're looking for a script to reach out to people to get shout outs, you want to send them something to this regard, but you want to be mindful of who you're targeting to get to get shout outs for. You want to make sure you're finding influencers in your target demographic. So if you're building within your area, let's say you're living in Atlanta, you want to find the top influencer in Atlanta. You may have a friend that's an influencer that you may be scared to talk to or expose the business to. You can reach out to them. Hey, you know what, man, I respect your opinion and everything that you're doing. I want you to take a look at something for me and give me your honest feedback. You never want to say your honest opinion, because when you say honest opinion, it's always going to have someone lead to the negative. So after you send the information regarding what we offer, then you ask them, what did you like best? And whatever they say is what they like best, then you highlight that. Okay, they like, oh, I like the fact that, you guys are earning residual income. Great. Guess what? Right? Guess what? People are, what you got going on? Hey, I know this may or may not be for you, but I'm working on a huge project. There's a lot of money involved. Would it be okay if you post something on your page for me and I'll pay you for it? Right? So this is how you'll be able to reach out to influencers and get them to do shout outs. You could also message them, hey, superstar, big congratulations on all your success within the business. And if they already know your name, you don't have to say your name, but this is if someone you reach out to, they don't know who you are. My name is Maine Simon. I have a credit repair business. I'm helping people get approved for cars, business loans, home loans. Do you offer promotional advertisement? If so, can you send me your times and your pricing? Right? Much continued success. You always want to negotiate what is best for you. And definitely what I recommend is getting analytics. So that way, okay, this person has this amount of followers. This person has this amount of story engagement. This person has this amount of engagement on their feed. And then you negotiate a price, what you feel is feasible to you, right? And you offer them that price. For customer shout outs, you want to use certain different examples. I have some of those examples as well, but you want to check activity. When you're looking for influencers that do shout outs, a lot of people have, fake followers or bot followers. So you want to look at their activity. How many comments are they getting in their Instagram posts? How many people how many shares are they getting? If you click the little 3 dots at the top, it'll let you know how many shares their post is getting, how many people are commenting, who is following them, right? You want to look at the top and see who's following them. You may see another celebrity following them, and they may be affiliated, so they may have influence as well. You also want to, if you're looking for a shout out on Facebook shout out, you want to make sure that the person has at least 4,000 followers or better and has good activity as well. Because if you have 4,000 followers or more, this lets me know this person has influence. This person, people, want to be friends with this person. This person has influence. So you want to keep that in mind when you're looking for influencer. And you want to send the right posts. right? Make sure you send the highest engaging posts. So many people make a mistake on doing this when they're sending stuff out to influencers. They'll send them like a post that looks like verbiage just on their page. You want to send a post that has already been proven, right? I spent a lot of money on advertisement early on, and I realized that I was test marketing different posts. So you start to get a feel of what works well. So you want to send, if you're sending it out to influencer, send your highest engaging posts. You also want to use hashtags. Find out what hashtags work well for you. You could also go to InstaVast. You guys want to write this down. InstaVast, if you want to find out what hashtags are in low stock but in high demand. So those are certain things that you could do. You want to add a pic, and you also want to have verbiage attached to it. You don't want to just have verbiage in the pic. You want to have a picture because you're a brand, right? You're a brand. Let me see who's on here. Put a 1 in the chat if you got value from that. You got Serena on here. You're a brand. Joseph, you're a brand. Jessica, you're a brand. Okay, so guys, remember that when you're building your business, you're a brand. You got to treat this like you're a Fortune 500 company, and you want to also track the records to break the records, stack the numbers, and track the numbers, right? So everything you're doing, you want to do it as much as you can do it, and then track what was your results on that. You want to make the necessary adjustments. If something's working well in this area, okay, great. It's working well. Good. Okay, got you. It's working well. You may want to enhance what you're doing over here, or put a little ad money behind what you're doing over there. Test market and only put money into your highest engaging posts. That's so very important, you guys. Make sure that you guys do that. Put money into your highest engaging posts. So hopefully you guys got a ton of value out of that. This next young lady I want to bring up, she just is a great presenter. I have a tremendous amount of respect for her and her husband. She is just doing phenomenal in the business. She's what you call a vice president as well. Business doing well over 100,000 every 30 days. She has 100% of the information. God-fearing woman, mother, Miss Vice President Jade Miller. Did you make it to the call today?
I sure did. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much, Maine, for inviting me on. It's such an honor and pleasure to come on and just serve others. Guys, I am going to be very transparent. I'm trying to get my PowerPoint to load. So during that time, I'm going to go ahead and share my story. I'm actually out here in the LA market. I've been with the company now for 3 years. Got started because my background was actually in retail management. And with retail management, just being a store manager to be exact, everything kind of fell on my shoulders here. And so anytime I had someone call out, I was always working open to closing shifts. Every weekend I was away, every holiday, because as you can imagine, when there's a holiday, there's a sale, so every Thanksgiving I was with, my job instead of my family. And so I just got fed up, especially as I started to grow a family and I was missing out on those special milestones being a first-time mom. And so fast forward, I'm 7 months pregnant and I'm like, I got to find a way to work from home, like by any means necessary. And so I ended up finding this company through a Facebook group. I got to start adding that in my story because I think a lot of people sleep on Facebook groups. I was in a group called Work From Home Moms and Dads, and that's how I found this company. And so I got started. In the first 20 days, my credit score went up like 34 points. After 90 days, it was 109 points. As of now, it's 263 points. But guys, it was not easy. I was struggling in my business because I was being hard-headed. I would show up to every single training, but I would not do personal development whatsoever. I would buy books and, start to read them and not finish them. And, I hit sales director and I got stuck as sales director for an entire year. If you've been stuck in your business, because I'm not sure who I'm talking to right now, go ahead and drop some ones in the chat so I know who I'm talking to. because I know it's going to happen to somebody at one point or another if it hasn't already. And so I definitely just want to prepare you guys for that. But if anybody would have asked me, what could I have done differently over my last 3 years? I wish I would have did personal development sooner. And so we were on EBT, we were on WIC, and we would buy our food on EBT and go to the conventions just because we were so hungry. I remember getting stranded in Detroit going to an event, but I never made excuses. Our daughter was in ICU. I still worked my business. And ironically, when our daughter came out of ICU, because I worked my business diligently, I got stuck from being a sales director. And this was around the same time I started personal development. I went from sales director to regional sales director, skipping executive sales director, and then hitting vice president. I remember our car getting taken away, and I just like, you know what? There's always a breakthrough when you get, broken down every single time. So I just said, you know what? We're going to hit the R&R club. And guess what? That happened too, because we didn't quit, right? If you quit, you don't get any closer towards your goals. So I definitely want to share that with you guys. And now my screen is up and going, so we can go ahead and hop right into this presentation. Let me get this slideshow up. And let's go. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to level up in your network marketing business. Let's get to it. What side of the screen do you guys relate to most? Do you feel like when you wake up in the morning or throughout the day that your day is just kind of jumbled? Do you feel like you're disorganized or that you don't know how time got away from you? If you're that person, go ahead and drop some A's in the comments. It's okay. This used to be me, you guys. I would wake up and everything else would get done. I would get my laundry done, the dishes done, everything else done, but anything in my business, right? My priorities were messed up. And so what the goal is tonight is to get you from person A on the left to become person B on the right, where you have control of your day, where you're more clear, more focused, more productive instead of busy. So if you guys are ready to become person B, go ahead and drop some fire signs in the comments. I feed off of energy, you guys. I want to make sure you guys are awake and with me, because I'm excited. I'm super excited because this information has worked wonders for me and my business and the agents that are on my team. And so I want to help you all have that same breakthrough. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. You have the power to become more productive by implementing the secret sauce. All right. And change your business and your life for the better if you allow it. See, everything that I'm going to give you guys tonight is going to work 1,000%, but it's only going to work if you actually do it. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind as you're taking notes, because that's the only way this is really going to work for you all. Now, I got to give credit where credit's due. This is one of the books that I read from my personal development group, and it's called The Miracle Morning. Okay, this is where I learned a lot of the things that I'm going to share with you guys tonight, and then I'm going to give you guys some extra gems from a book that I'm reading currently. So, why do your mornings matter? Do you want to have one of the largest organizations in now UWE? Yes or yes? Drop it in the comments. Do you want to stop struggling and worrying about money? Yes or yes? Do you want to quit missing your goals? Is anyone, missed the title or missed the amount of paycheck that they wanted to make in a week or in a month? We all have, right? Mornings are the key to it all. How do you start your day? What's more important than, the time that you started is the mindset in which you start your day. And so I want to, just be, very transparent with you guys. I used to be that person that would set multiple alarms, right? I set one for like 7 o'clock, 7:05, 7:10, right? Not even realizing that I was already setting myself up for failure the night before, because that's when I set those alarms. So everything that I'm going to show you today is going to help you be more proactive. It's going to help you to anticipate problems and handle them more appropriately. It's going to show you how to operate your business and plan like a pro, because as we take off these 9-to-5 caps and put on our entrepreneur caps, you have to become a professional. Until then, you're just a tourist or an amateur. You have to become a professional. And so the way that you do that is really just planning everything out. And so think about this for a second. Aren't you more stressed when you sleep through those alarms or when you wake up too late? Right? Like, imagine you're going to work or wherever you got to go. Snap, I overslept. Now you're rushing. Then everything goes wrong. Like, I don't know, you get dressed, then you spill something on your shirt, or now you hit your toe on something. Who am I talking to? I know I'm not the only one, right? Everything starts to go wrong because you overslept. Okay? Let me move this Zoom bar out of my way because it's kind of blocking me here. Okay, so the next thing is just having more energy. I don't know if anybody on here, works out, but it gives you more energy. So let's go ahead and really break this down. When you're an early bird, the morning people tend to be a lot more persistent. They tend to be a lot more, resistant to being sleepy all the time, having those frustrations and difficulties, those examples I just shared where everything is going wrong. Now you're running into red lights, making you even more late for work, right? You have the power to control your anxiety, your depression levels, all by how you actually start your morning, okay? So first things first, I want you guys to write this down. What time do you wake up already? And then I want you to start waking up 1 hour earlier than that. So if you wake up at 8 right now, moving forward, starting tomorrow, we're going to wake up at 7 a.m. If you already wake up at 7, now it's 6 a.m. And we're going to start eliminating these bad affirmations like I'm not a morning person. It's not that you're not a morning person. You just have a habit of not waking up in the morning. It's a habit. Okay, so we're going to talk about how you can actually break those habits. The key to understand is that the miracle morning isn't about trying to deny yourself another hour of sleep. It's really so that you can have a more productive day. Okay, it's not even about really waking up, earlier. It's about being better. You want to wake up with more control of your day as opposed to you just losing the day, because guess what? Those days add up. And then before you know it, the people that you started this business with who were being very intentional about their days are further along than you are. And then you get stuck in that position of comparing yourself to somebody else when everybody has their own journey. Okay. So we got to start taking more accountability of the things that are happening in our day-to-day lives, because you truly do have the power to change it all. So when you snooze, you lose. Okay. The hardest part about waking up in the morning, it's only the first 5 minutes. That's it, right? Is there any parents on the line? Let me see where my parents at. Drop some ones in the comments if you're a parent or got grandkids. Let's see. Okay, we got some parents on the line. So tell me if I'm right. When your kids were little and you had to wake up in the middle of the night to change diapers and get bottles, did you do it? Did you get up just fine? You probably hopped up too, huh? Let's see. Yeah. Naturally, you get up because like your child is really holding you accountable. You have to get up. You have to feed them. You have to change their diapers and make sure they're, good. And more importantly, you want to make sure they stop crying so you can go back to sleep, right? So you have the power to get up. And once you're up with them already, you could really just stay up because your body is already it's already out of its REM sleep. Okay, so let me make sure this is moving out. Okay, perfect. So here are your snooze-proof keys right here. The very first thing is setting your intentions before you go to bed. And I want you guys to think about this for a second. When it's Sunday night and you have to go back to work tomorrow, you're already telling yourself that, I do not feel like going to work tomorrow. Or I don't feel like seeing whoever your boss, your supervisor is, or I don't feel like, getting dressed or sitting in traffic, right? So that's the intention you set before you go to bed, which makes it hard for you to get up in the morning. But let's look at a different example. Let's say it's your birthday party tomorrow. Let's say it's your wedding tomorrow, or somebody that you care about wedding tomorrow. Something that you find really fun and exciting. Drop in the comments yes or yes. Are you excited? Are you going to bed excited? Are you probably waking up before your alarm even goes off because you're that excited? When I'm about to travel or go somewhere, it's my innate alarm clock goes off better than my phone alarm clock, right? Kenny said it's his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. He's going to be excited tomorrow morning. He's going to be waking up to all of these calls and texts and stuff, right? So it's the intention that you set the night before, okay? Now, the second thing is when you set your alarm, you can't set it next to you or underneath your pillow. It has to be inconvenient for you to turn this alarm off, okay? And I'm going to add this onto this. You want to select the most annoying alarm that you have. So put the alarm across the room to where you actually have to get up out of bed and go turn it off. And I'm going to add this to it because I'm actually in the middle of reading this book, and it really kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm sharing with you guys today. It's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. She says you want to use the 5-second rule, and you literally go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you think of after you say 1? You probably thought blast off or go. And so what she would do when she was, because she was in a depression for a while, you would have to read the book because I don't want to, go off into a whole different tangent here, but she would literally in the bed say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then spring out of bed. And she also mentioned putting her alarm in a different room. So whatever works, across the room or in a different room, okay? The next thing is you want to brush your teeth, drink a full glass of water, and then you want to get dressed immediately. Or another example that she gave, which was kind of sticking your arm, in a cold shower to kind of wake you up, okay? That's what you can get done in all of 5 minutes or less to wake your body up. Now, what are you going to do with this miracle morning? Like after I'm up, Jade, I'm up an hour early. What's next? What am I supposed to do? Well, I'm going to give you some wealth habits that a lot of wealthy people have in these books. And I've pretty much read this now in like 5 or 6 different books. It's crazy. This is literally what the wealthy people do. It's called lifesavers. They may do it in a different order. They may not call it this exact acronym, but trust me, as you do more personal development, you're going to find that a lot of wealthy people are doing exactly what I'm showing you right here now. So it's called lifesavers. The S stands for silence. A is for affirmations. V, visualization. You have exercising, reading, and then scribing. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what this looks like. The first 5 minutes, you just want to have a minute of peace. We have this bad habit of going straight to social media. We check our phones first, and that's really not healthy for you. Like you really got to kind of have a minute of peace to yourself. So here are some examples of what you can do. Anything from meditation, prayer, reflecting, gratitude, just deep breathing. And don't do this while you're in your bed, you guys. If you do this in your bed, just count on everything going out the window. You're going back to sleep. So make sure that you get up and follow the things that I showed on the last slide with getting up, brushing your teeth, getting some water in your system so that you're truly awake, and then just have 5 minutes of silence. Something that Mel Robbins said in this book, The 5-Second Rule, she would put her alarm in the bathroom and then do the things that I'm sharing with you all. And she would just leave the phone in the bathroom. She still wouldn't even touch it. After she turned the alarm off, she goes and have her few minutes to herself. Okay, so that's something that you all may want to consider. The next thing is affirmations. Okay, you got to be in alignment with your desired results. You can't just wake up winging it like, oh, I'm gonna hit field trainer today, or I'm gonna pop a field trainer today. Like, no, you have to be in alignment every single day with the goal at hand. You got to wake up thinking about, I'm going to sign up at least, 3 customers today. I'm going to sign up at least 1 agent today. You have to be visualizing that you're going to actually make this happen. And more importantly, when it comes to affirmations, you got to visualize the activity, because we know that results don't just happen in front of you. You got to actually put in some activity to generate the result. So you really want to get into the habit of affirming the activity that you're going to take today. What actions are you going to take today? And it looked like when I came on that Maine was already sharing some activities with you all. So be visualizing and affirming that you're going to actually get that done. All right. Now, some other things that you want to do is just visualize. What is it? Visualize yourself being vice president. Visualize yourself being sales director. Visualizing yourself receiving those confirmation emails from customers. Visualize yourself, receiving those agent enrollments. Visualize yourself being on the top producers report. Whatever it is that you see for yourself here in your business with UWE, you got to be visualizing that constantly, because there's so much power in it. You'll attract it a lot faster when you feel like it's already done. Emphasis on that word feel. All right. Now, the next one is exercising. This is really what's going to increase your brain speed. This is what's going to help you be more clear, how you're going to be more productive throughout the day and make better decisions and execute better, because we can all be busy. We're all busy watching TV, busy doing household chores, right? But to be productive, it means how many exposures are you doing per day? How many people did you show the services and the compensation plan today? How many people did you get in front of a webinar today? How many people did you get in front of your mentor, Maine, today? Right? That's why you got to be clear, you know, in your head up here so that you can really execute those things and exercise and what's going to help you get there. Now, we talked about personal development. Guys, we got to do more reading. We have to. And if you're not a reader, you know, get the Audible. I had to learn that for me. I have to do both. So I listen to the Audible while I'm reading the book, and that's how I learn best. So whatever works for you, just make sure that you're always adding value to yourself. You literally get compensated for the type of person you become. This business is a personal development plan with a compensation plan attached. You get paid to be better. And when you have value in yourself, now you have more value to give. And if you understand the law of attraction, you have to give in order to receive without the intention of giving. So make sure that you're reading. Definitely recommend the book that I learned this from, Miracle Morning. They have the regular version, and then they have one specifically for network marketers. And then this book right here, this is a game changer, okay? So read for at least 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes, that's it. And like I said, I mean, a lot of the things that I'm sharing with you right now, I've read in tons of books, and people are all wondering how to get ahead, how to be successful, how to be wealthy. Guess what? A lot of the stuff is in books, but a lot of us just don't read them. So definitely like get out of your way, get the personal development done sooner so that you can excel and meet your goals faster. Okay. Now, scribing is also very, very important. I think our cell phones have handicapped us a lot. And we've kind of gotten away from really writing things out, but it's so, so important. When you write things out, gosh, it seems like they just manifest even faster. So these are some of the ones that I recommend doing. Gratitude unlocks everything. When you're grateful for what you're currently in now, that's how you attract more abundance. You don't get more by being ungrateful for what you already have. So I like writing down a gratitude journal every day, at least 3 things. And then the following day, you don't want to repeat what you've already written down the previous day. Find new things to be grateful for, like the air that you breathe, the fact that you could feel your limbs, you know, the fact that you have taste or good health, right? It's the small things. And then the 55 times 5 method. This is actually how I got to vice president, believe it or not. As I mentioned earlier on the call, last year is when I officially took personal development seriously, and I was doing it with my team. And so Amina shared this with us, Senior Vice President Amina Rashid. And so we would literally write down 55 times every single day. I would put down, I am vice president by whatever deadline date. So for this volume month, you know, by September 18th, whatever title you want to be, write it down 55 times for 5 days in a row. And I even recommend doing this just before you go to sleep, because before you go to sleep or as you're going into your sleep is when your subconscious mind is most active. And that's how you can manifest things sooner, because it's what you're thinking about as you go to sleep. So if you do this just before bed, now you're thinking, I am sales director, I am vice president. And you like wake up just feeling like you're in it already. And I kid you not, as I was doing this, you know, trying to get to these titles, it was like agents were coming out of nowhere. It was crazy. I had never recruited so many agents in my life. On the last day of the volume month, we had like 16 new agents. I had never did that before, but I was so in alignment with vice president, like it's going to happen. I was already manifesting it, guys. Look, let me clear off my my notification so you guys can see this. It was different back then. Okay, baby, go in there with daddy, please. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, we work from home. Look, right now I'm manifesting. It keeps disappearing. I'm manifesting level 2 R&R club, regional vice president. I'm even manifesting on one of Ajaya's checks here, where she had made like $20,000 or something in a week. But you got to be like writing this stuff down. And so I had vice president on my phone. I had it printed on my wall. I was writing it down every single day. And then these agents were just coming out of nowhere. It was like everybody was calling me. Hey, Jade, I want to know about the opportunity. Hey, Jade, I'm finally ready. People I had talked to back in 2018 were all of a sudden ready to become agents because I was so in alignment with the goal at hand. So write things down. Don't take that for granted. Write things down every chance you get, because you will effortlessly just attract things that you didn't even realize you manifested just because you wrote it down. All right. If y'all still with me, drop some ones in the comments. I kind of got a little excited on that one, but I'm getting passionate because it works, you guys, and I really want to see you guys win. All right. Awesome. We all on the same page. So start your day with the miracle morning. But I want to go ahead and just share some inserts. That's pretty much the end of my my presentation here, but there are some things that I wanted to share from this book that I'm in the middle of reading because it does go very well with what I just shared with you guys. She says the first 2 to 3 hours of the day are the best hours for your brain once you fully wake up. So if you pop out of bed at 6 a.m., your peak thinking and productivity window is going to be between 6:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. Something else that she mentions is that you should never hit the snooze button. She says scientists have recently discovered that when you hit the snooze button, it has a negative impact on brain function and productivity that can last up to 4 hours. 4 hours. It says if you hit the snooze button and drift back to sleep, you force your brain to start a new sleep cycle. Every sleep cycle is between 90 to 110 minutes to complete. So the minute you hit that snooze button, you're going right back into a 90 to 120 minutes sleep cycle. And then now you're forcing yourself to wake up. And that's actually a health disease called sleep inertia. Okay. It's a condition where your cognitive functions return to their full capacity. She says that's why you feel so groggy when you get up after hitting the snooze button. It's not because you didn't get enough sleep. It's because once you hit the snooze button, you started a new sleep cycle and then you interrupted it because now you really do have to get up. So when you do, set that alarm the first time, get up right away, you guys. You're going to feel a lot better and productive throughout the day. There is one more thing that I wanted to point out to you guys, and then I'm going to let you go. She says, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for someone to ask you, drag you, pick you, or catapult you into the spotlight, or are you willing to find the courage to push yourself? Are you waiting to feel ready? Waiting for the right time, waiting to gain confidence, waiting to feel like it, waiting to feel worthy, waiting until you have more experience? She says, when you wait, you are procrastinating. You are doing something more dangerous. You are deliberately convincing yourself that now is not the time. You are actively working against your dreams, against your why, against every reason why you said you wanted to grow and build this business and have a legacy for your family. Now that you know this information, if you continue to procrastinate, you're deliberately going against that. She says you may think you're protecting yourself from judgment, rejection, or upsetting someone, but when you make excuses and talk yourself into waiting, you are limiting your ability to make your dreams come true. There is no right time. There is only right now. You get one life. This is it, and it's not going to begin again. It's up to you to push yourself to make the most of it, and the time to do it is right now. That's it, you guys. I'm super excited. I hope you all got value, and I'm going to pass it back over to you, Maine. Thanks for having me.
Jade, real quick.
Janice, I love your
Go ahead, Jamal.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jade, when we talked at the convention, you talked about your book club that y'all got going on, right? Can you mention anything about?
I'm trying to find you.
I had to give you.
Oh, I'm not on the.